wasn't too difficult moving in here. Straight away, it felt like home. And I've got the most magnificent view out the back. This is a lovely cozy space, and I love to hang out here, especially at night. You know, you have to simplify your life a little bit, maybe, but you know, is that such a bad thing? Hi, I'm Glenice, and this is my tiny house. I'd really love to show it to you. So come right in. Welcome inside my tiny house, and let's start off in the kitchen. What you'll notice is, you know, I've got lots of bench space, which I really love, and particularly having a little breakfast bar that I can sit at, but it also gives me lots of preparation space. I've got a sink with, you know, a beautiful view out, which I really love, and a full gas stove and oven. So, you know, I don't cook an awful lot, but I do like to cook when I, you know, every now and then. And this I absolutely love, the pantry, because it fits so much. And then we come around to the fridge and washing machine. Yeah, I had to get a special one to fit in the space because this is all under the stairs, but it's electric. With power, I have to be careful. The fridge is fine. I get enough sun for that. The washing machine I can really probably, particularly over the winter, because I've only been here over the winter, I have to only wash on sunny days in the morning, so I've got enough power left. There's lots of storage here for a start in the kitchen, but there's also all little drawers and cupboards in under the stairs. I've got a dustbuster for cleaning, and I had a PowerPoint put inside there so that I can charge it and have it hidden away while it's charging. Oh yes, and these, yeah, just having the display shelves I really like. So these are my special items of crockery. I just find it really spacious in here. I've got plenty of room for working and for moving, and yet, you know, I can go to the fridge, remove items, pop them in the bench. So although it's small, it's very well planned and very easy to work in. And now we move on to the bathroom. It's very, very small, but compact, and it has everything I need. So you'll notice this beautiful basin here, and I chose the mirror especially, which I really love, you know, and I like the way that when you're at the other end of the room, you can look through, see the mirror, and it just adds that extra dimension, and it just makes it feel just that little bit more spacious. There's heaps of storage, cupboards with shelves, and there's even a shelf up the top. And then, of course, the essential, I'm off-grid, so I have a compost toilet. It was an adjustment, but yeah, no, it's fine. And I love the fact that, you know, there's no smell or anything with the modern ones now. So, you know, they're very easy to manage. And, of course, yeah, the shower is very spacious and really great. Now, I have a Califont gas heating for the water, and that works really well. That's on-demand hot water, of course, to all the areas that need it. So I'm lucky on this land. I didn't want to have to get a tank, and instead I'm using water from the owners of the land. There's a tank just up the top of the hill there. Yeah, so I have on-demand water as well, cold water. So this is my living working space. I don't have a specific name for it really, but it has to do double duty because I work from home, I have a small business, but I also wanted an area downstairs where I could relax. And I actually designed it so that all this furniture I already had, and I worked with the designer to make sure that it would all fit in the space. Yeah, I've had this blue sofa for years, and I just love it, but I wanted some sort of contrasting colour on the wall. And this was the most difficult colour to choose for me. It took me a while, and I'm very good seeing colour. While I was designing the house, I could actually see what I wanted in my mind and walk around the house, even on the 2D plan. But I wasn't too sure about the colour here. And yet I was sufficiently game to actually just not even use test pots, but to just go out and buy the paint colour and start painting and see what happened. Yeah, I love it. It worked perfectly. And then, of course, my office space. I've got 2 printers and need a bit of room. So what I love about this is sitting at my desk, and I've got the most magnificent view out the back. So that was really important too when I chose the site for this house, was that I wasn't just looking at a blank wall or something. It's just so inspiring to see the trees. But this house I designed it to future-proof. So eventually, you know, as I get older, you know, I'll probably downsize the business, I guess. I've got no plans yet. And the other thing about this space is that I needed room to do my yoga in the morning. So there's just enough room in here to lay out a yoga mat and do some yoga. I'm an energy healer and yoga teacher, and I've moved around New Zealand quite a lot, living in different places. So in terms of where I wanted to settle, I didn't really have any, I was quite open to where I wanted to be, just somewhere in the North Island. A tiny house was an obvious choice for me, really. So my house is 10 metres by 3 metres, which is the maximum that my builder wanted to do, but it's also a really good size. It's got enough width and it feels spacious, and it fitted all the different areas that I needed. Okay, so welcome to my bedroom. Yeah, so this is a really nurturing space that I designed as well. I really like to have a cooler colour in the bedroom, so I chose this sort of duck egg blue. But I wanted to highlight, and I had these curtains already in another house, which I really love. And so I decided to go really vibrant just behind the bed head there. Just as in the other room, it was designed to fit my existing furniture. I wanted to fit my existing bed. So rather than have, a sort of a classic tiny house bed, I decided, no, I'll go with my existing one, which I love. I've got lots of storage in here too, obviously for clothes. Here I've got a full height hanging space, and on the other side is a half height. The other thing I love about this room is the doors, the bifold doors that open right out. It wasn't too difficult moving in here. Straight away it felt like home, because I designed the space, I designed the colours. It really expresses who I am. So I just felt comfortable from day one. The challenges I've had, I think, are the same challenges that I would have if I lived anywhere that was off-grid. I would say it's a lot of fun. I really enjoyed, one of the things I did was to really research what was out there. I went around to lots of builders. I also watched lots of YouTube videos and just got lots of ideas, really. So do your research first if you're thinking about the journey. You have to simplify your life a little bit, maybe, but is that such a bad thing? But I think the main thing, when I talk to lots of other people who are in tiny houses now, and people just love the fact that it's it's just so much cheaper than the other options. So these are the stairs that lead up to my loft. I really love the battens here because not only do they provide support going up and down the stairs, but I think they really look good. Yeah, so welcome to my little loft. This is a lovely cosy space and I love to hang out here, especially at night. It's very multifunctional. I needed it to actually do quite a lot of different jobs. First of all, it's a meditation area, and I've repurposed a lot of old furniture up here, and kind of reused it. So this is a coffee table that I had that's now my altar with a little bit of storage underneath. And here I can just sit in with my meditation stool. I love books, and I actually had a much bigger library than this before, so I had to downsize it rather sadly. But I have managed to squeeze in quite a lot all the same. Yeah, so there's a few more books over this side, as well as my music and DVDs and things like that. I'm still a little bit old school with my old stereo, which after, 40 years still works really well. And then, of course, I wanted an area for people to come and stay. So I had this mattress already, and I just thought, I'll just make up a different cover for it. So I had fun doing that. So I also am completely off-grid with solar only, with 8 panels on the roof. But of course, as you know, part of it is the batteries and the inverter. So they're all stored in the back of the shower. I've got a lot of battery storage. I did actually, when I first moved here, we had a number of days or weeks where it just rained for like a week to 10 days and I ran out of power. That only happened twice, and since then we've had a lovely sunny winter. But I've also just bought a generator as well for those times when it's going to rain again, because this is a wet part of the country. So for compost, I have a worm farm, and I just had a look this morning. All the worms look very happy in there, and a bokashi system as well, so I can use both. There's also another compost bin around the other side, and that's for when I have to empty the compost toilet. So yeah, that's going to be a separate one. One of the things I love about being in a tiny house is that when I connect with other tiny house people, it's like this whole little tribe of people who are in this together, you know. But yeah, there's just so many different ideas, and everyone is individual, and yeah, it's just a great community here. As I mentioned, do energy healing, and I can do a lot of that online. So again, I can work anywhere. I also make flower essence and aromatherapy blends. So I do that from home and retail them either online or through various health stores around New Zealand. And I teach yoga, which I've started doing locally here. So I have a website, inthezonehealing.co.nz or inthezonehealing.com. You can find me. There you can find out all about me, see the sort of work I do, and yeah, have a look at my products. Well, thanks for coming. I've enjoyed having you here. So yeah, safe travels.